out of the car and against some concrete. Don't know if you can see that there in the corner, and it goes pretty much up the whole screen, which is an absolute shame. Now the problem with that is my partner didn't back up any of her details, and as much as I preach this and tell it to pretty much anyone family wise, because I'm usually one that ends up setting up their phones and everything like that, she didn't set up any of her Google backup details, and all of her pictures of her son was on her phone, all of her contacts, any of her details at all were stored on the phone itself. So I had to try and find some way to get the information off of it, and preferably without paying for a repair. She only had 2 months left in her contract for the phone, and on top of that, a screen replacement for that from most places was quoting in between £120 and £150, and you can buy a used version of that phone for round about that price. No smash screen, obviously, no details, so I had to find a workaround. So I done what most people would do in my situation. I opened up a browser and I started googling things to do with Android screens being broken, how to access the phones. I watched some YouTube videos, I even tried a few different softwares and got absolutely nowhere, until eventually I came to this. And that workaround was a USB-C adapter dongle that I found on Amazon after searching how to access an Android phone with a broken screen for a good hour or so. It cost me under £20 to buy this USB-C adapter, which will also work on my Dell XPS laptop as well, which is pretty cool. But the main feature I wanted it for was HDMI out. Having a look online, the Huawei P30 has the option of video out through USB-C. So by connecting it to that, I was hoping to get a video output to the screen, and I was going to be able to access her phone, log it in that way, and that way I could use a keyboard or mouse if the touchscreen wasn't working due to the screen being smashed, and that would allow us to back up our data, erase the phone, and that way we could recover it onto a new phone that we were going to get for her. So I hooked the phone up to USB-C, I hooked up the HDMI cable to it, I hooked up a mouse, and just due to the cable length I had to leave it hanging off my desk a little bit, I hooked up my keyboard to it. Pressing the power button on the phone, I did realise that it came up with this lock screen. Now it didn't show any of the standard stuff you would see on the phone, so there was no background wallpaper or anything like that, and as soon as you unlocked the phone using touch or hit any key on the keyboard, it disappeared from the HDMI source output, and I presume that's some sort of protection mechanism. So all I did was blindly typed in her passcode into my keyboard, and lo and behold, up comes the phone screen, wallpaper and all. So from there, all I had to go and do was go and check the Google account, do a backup. I logged into Google Photos and I let it do the backup that way. Unfortunately, she was logged into Huawei Notes and had a bit of a problem recovering the Huawei password. So what we did instead is I just took a couple of screenshots of what she had in her notes section. A lot of it wasn't really needed anymore anyway, but that way she had any important parts she needed. So yeah, if you ever do break your mobile phone screen and you can't see anything on screen, have a Google online and see if your phone is compatible with video out. It's certainly not the only way you can do this, but it's one of the ways that I've found, and it seems to be one of the cheapest methods to do it as well. Data recovery from most shops is an absolute fortune if it's even possible. Repairs for screens, because most of them are AMOLED, is usually absolutely extortionate as well. And 9 times out of 10 you're just cheaper replacing the phone, so if you have your backups then it makes that process a whole lot easier, and she's learned that this time round, so thankfully everything's backed up. Our new phone should be here today, and once we get that up and running, all the backups will be set on that as well, and hopefully no more problems in future. But hopefully this video has helped someone who has a broken phone that they can't access the screen and they've discovered that the phone has video out. So if you liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Have you had to recover your phone from any damage, smashed screen? Have you had any stories from when you should have backed up data and you didn't? I'd like to know. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. That the phone has video out. So if you liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Have you had to recover your phone from any damage, smashed screen? Have you had any stories from when you should have backed up data and you didn't? I'd like to know. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.